whatever that is to us, I believe in my heart of hearts, we need to call upon and work with and protect ourselves with a bubble of sacredness during this time frame in which we're alive. The question then becomes, what is the purpose of all this? To even spend any time on it is we are standing for the future of humanity and the future of the planet as we know it. That's what we're standing for.
Right.
It's really, is there going to be a future here at all? I don't think it's a matter of, is this food supply gone or is water fluoridated or whatever? It's all happening at the same time, from spraying our air, fluoridating and contaminating the water, and deciding what the population needs, not even asking the population, do you want it? Altering our food supply, owning the genetic molecular structure of seeds. It's so huge. So then when you finally get to the governmental apparatuses and you really get into how it works, see, you ran not even expecting to win. I still think it's great that you ran, but maybe the population that votes, and I may be lambasted for saying this, aren't the ones who are putting people in office like we think we are. Maybe we're not.
Right. Well, I think they showed us when they stole the election, the presidential election in 2000 and 2004, that they can do that and get away with it easily. So, and then not only that, but by forcing those horrific black box voting machines, I think part of the reason they did that was to make people even more disheartened, so that they felt even more disempowered, because the fewer people who participate in the voting process, the easier it is for them to rig and control elections. And I think one thing I did, and I think one reason that I maintain my sanity to some degree, and I'm happy, is that I stopped watching television when I was 17 years old. And I think
you.
The psyops are so great that anyone who watches television on a regular basis, you've got to.
It's depressing.
It's so hard on you to hear them get away with saying these blatant lies and falsehoods and trick people. And one of the ways that they do this is to make people feel isolated, disempowered, or that there's something deeply wrong with them. There's a new website somebody sent me a link to. I'll have to send it to you, but it was Wayseeker. I think that was wayseeker.com, but it was like looking at the people who are nonconformists, who speak up for truth and saying, if you're one of these people who seeks truth, I mean, we need you. You're a gift to us. We need if you're the one who doesn't want to go along to get along, who's awake and thinking and feeling and caring and connecting. That's what's needed at this time. And I think that what we really want to do as activists is to help other people become empowered or find their own strength, their own inner peace, because when I think one person has a tremendous impact, and we've seen this time and time again. And we know that we don't need one Buddha or one Christ or one Savior. We need
many
of them.
We need everybody.
We want this infectious enlightenment and reach that critical mass. And it seems like there's more and more people going that way. If we can help even reach the people who seem like our enemy at this point and get them to change. And what gives me hope is that I think transformation is possible, and that the people who we might conceive of or perceive as enemies, the potential of allies is so much greater. I would say 99% of humanity is probably on the side of the biophiliacs. There's only maybe 1% that is, totally psychotic and out there, but
there's more of us than them.
Yeah, and I think we're going to win. We're going to have that shift, but it's going to take a lot of effort on our part, and I can't help feeling very deeply that we chose to be born in this time and place for a reason.
Yes.
And we have to just tap into our inner wisdom and follow our hearts. And when we are in a line with that, whatever our divine purpose is, we will live in joy, and we will do good things. And that's all we can do. And I'm actually a Virgo. My mom was a Virgo, and Virgos are, to some degree, we are very self-defeating because we're very self-critical. We're really hard on ourselves. And so I'd say the most important thing that I ever learned in life was how to forgive, how to accept, and how to love myself, my friends, my family, the world. And this is what I think we need to do on a personal level and on larger levels. I even, when there was a big conference when we did the Conception Dollar, part of it was born out of what was called a story-filled conference, where writers, artists, authors, filmmakers all got together in Colorado at a place where Buddhism actually came to the West, and for like a week. And it was a really intense kind of spiritual, deep experience. And my roommate taught radical forgiveness, and I thought, oh, well, this is really good. This is really important. But I learned that a long time ago. I don't need to know this more. But I went through a very painful experience, and I realized that, we can take this to a deeper level, that radical forgiveness, if you check out the book, is recognizing patterns that you create in your life, and you have to figure out the larger patterns in order to forgive on a larger level, beyond the personal level, on a sort of a planetary, cosmic level. And maybe because the situation is so dire at this time, we have to expand our hearts more than ever to be able to love and transform people who need it the most, and who can also help and maybe need to shift the most.
We could speak for hours.
Yeah.
I would like to invite you back.
Oh, sure.
It's a pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, there's so many things. I'm always going crazy just because I want to tell everyone everything all the time, and I can't. I have one body, and I have 24 hours a day. When I become goddess, I think I'll stretch it. I think we'll have 27 hours every day, at least an extra 3 hours a night. But it's a pleasure to speak with you, Kim, and I really appreciate the work you've done, the guests that you've had on your show. I think it's so important.
Thank you for all of the work that you're doing. Thank you for founding the International Media Project.
I was a co-founder.
Co-founder, excuse me. Who was the other founder?
One of my favorite quotes is a friend of mine, Nori Huddle. She says, "Together we can do what no one of us can do alone."
Indeed, indeed.
True. I have a 1-hour show. It's called Community Currency.
Community Currency. Okay.
It's on Progressive Radio Network every week, and it's archived online. And I did a show called Questioning War, Organizing Resistance for a year and a half, too, and those archives are online.
Beautiful.
But I still, like you, am trying to figure things out, and I'm open and learning every day.
It's a great pleasure to have you on as our guest. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking with, learning from, and listening to Carol Brouillet. You can find her at communitycurrency.org. And you can also go to her blog and buy her Perception and Deception dollars and become part of the work of making life better on Earth. Carol, thank you so much. It's Rainmaking time.